And so many people are asking so many questions, just like me. Got nothing to do, just stopping there one day my dreams will come true. All my life, it's always on my mind. Not so long it seemed that I've been dreaming once again. It's not that I am lazy, it's not that I'm not strong. Situation in this nation is...
I knew my son very well. As a very young child, he was gentle, but he had a lot of strength. So he was a strong but gentle person, and he was quite sensitive as well. Good-looking, athletic, and he had a very gentle spirit. And he loved children. He loved young people. He believed they were the future, and he believed they needed to be assisted. So I thought, if he had lived and been successful, which I thought he was on the path to, that this is what he would have liked to do, that he would have liked to empower young, disadvantaged children. He would have liked to put something of himself into it, because it wasn't only about money, it was also about putting himself into the development of people. That was what he was.
He was a very laid-back, very soft-spoken as an individual. And as a friend, it was more of he always had a quiet confidence in his friendship. You know that it was always there, even though he didn't say too much at any point in time. I think the only times that you really see Ovie animated was when he was really passionate about something. And it's that emotion that permeates into his demeanor, his expression, and what have you.
I've always known him to be a very sensitive person. He was very sensitive, very compassionate, very caring. He was also a bit of an idealist. He had idealistic views about this country, about Nigeria, and about the future of the country.
What inspired him, I think, was just achieving the goals, you know, of actually helping people to realize their own goals, their dreams, or at least setting them on the right path, on the right direction, you know, equipping them or enabling them with whatever they needed to do to actually improve their own situation.
He was right in his ideals about thinking about children, because we are such a large and populous nation with still so many young children that you know, there's always opportunity to do something good.
Just after my brother passed away, my mother was devastated, really. She was, I mean, we were all, because it was such a shock, nobody was expecting it. But she more so because he was her only son, and he was so brilliant, and he had all these ideas that he had talked to her about, and she was sort of looking to him to take over a lot of what she had been doing as well. So she was knocked for six. She said that we have to make sure that Ovie's memory lives on, and all the things that he stood for continued, that we have to do something to make sure that the country did not deteriorate the way Ovie thought it would deteriorate if people did not stand up and make those changes. My sisters and I, we sat together and we discussed it, and we talked about the foundation, and okay, what were the things that Ovie believed in? Youth, that was the first thing. So we talked about how we could impact the lives of the youth, how we could encourage them, how we could nurture them and motivate them. And the first thing that came to mind was a youth centre.
The Ovie Brume Youth Centre was set up to promote the cause of young people who don't have the opportunity to be everything that they can be. The vision for that centre was to, in a way, bring to life what he represented. And so we developed a series of programs that we felt would help to expand the horizons of young people in state schools.
The aims of the centre are to provide underprivileged youth with opportunities that they would ordinarily not have. We basically want to take these youth and enable them to reach higher levels of achievement. We want to open new doors for them. We want to show them that just because they come from less privileged backgrounds and live in a society that seems to laud or congratulate people who make it through underhand means, does not mean that if they walk the straight path, they will not be successful. We wanted to show them that what you see around is not what should be. And if you take advantage of all the opportunities that are available to you, then you can become a very successful person without hurting anybody else around you. And also show them that, look, being young is about having fun. You know, it's not just about going to school and coming home or going out to work, because a lot of the children in the state schools don't have the same opportunities that their peers in private schools do. So they will not even be able to discover if they have any talents within them. So basically, you just show them, look, there's more to life than what you see. So come here and let us show you, and let us introduce you to people, and introduce you to different ways of doing things, and have fun and be a child and be young. And if you happen to discover that you have a talent within you, then take advantage of that talent and use it and nurture it, and let that talent take you from the level that you're at to a higher level.
The Ovie Brume Youth Center has affected me a lot positively. I wasn't a computer literate before. Now I am a computer literate. I've been able to attend some workshops like bead making, tie and dye, and the rest of them. I now know how to make beads. I have been able to acquire good, as in better communication skills. I've been able to improve my intelligence in terms of music. I'm a better dramatist and lots more.
That I told you walk away from and back. We have music class, drama, dance, art class, and so many other classes like that.
The Ovie Brume Youth Center, they're just there to bring out the potential in everybody.
When they come, each student has to fill out a form giving us details about who they are, the school they go to, who their guardians are, and what kind of interests they have. And we interview them, and as much as possible we try to talk to their guardians as well and say, your ward or your son or daughter has applied to be a member of the Ovie Brume Youth Center. This is who we are. Do you agree? Once they're here, everything we pay for.
The major reason we're there is to learn. Even when we are playing, we learn. I have to study them to know their needs, where to help them. If I don't know who they are, I will not know what their problems are.
But what we do here is college-trained disciplines, like drawing, painting. When I come to the center and I see enough students waiting to be taught, that gives me some joy that what my big auntie is doing in memory of the late son is treasured by the society.
My impression of the Ovie Brume Youth Center is that it's an excellent initiative that really is an epitome of who Ovie was and something that he would be extremely proud of today.
The center have taught me different kind of things like bead making, slippers decoration, then tie and dye. And I've attended different kind of classes, computer class, literacy class, then music class.
We took in a group of young people who perhaps didn't recognize the talents they had, who perhaps were a bit shy, a bit reticent, not as confident in themselves as they should be. And we gave them confidence and we helped them to discover the talents they had in them. And they used the skills that we have taught them. Some of them have got jobs as receptionists and so forth.
I must applaud it for the effort it's making in assisting the younger generation in, like I said, putting them on the right path and exposing them to the possibilities of the different types of careers possible.
The knowledge I got from Ovie Brume Youth Center is really helping me here because they teach you how to behave well when you get to the public. The things you should do and what you shouldn't do when you are in the public.
Ovie Brume Youth Center, they expose us to many things, workshop, you know, most of all these things, excursion, chatting with people. I'm strong in dance and in drama. I act and I dance, it's just natural. You just don't know the way it comes from. But when I'm on stage, anytime I'm performing, it just flows in me.
Flowing, I enjoy dancing. That's what I like. I write R&B for some of my friends, but really I'm a rapper. I'm a lyrical blaster. I put in this game rap, you know I'm the master. I bring the game close like a viper. When I'm on the stage, everybody start to hell. The audience, I'm exonerate and try to feed from them.
The center is unique because it provides a home away from home for the children. It's their center, it's their place, it's their space. If you go around, you can see that this is a place where children are and this is where they feel they belong. And a lot of them have been with us from the beginning. I think it's unique because there isn't that much like that around here in this environment. There should be much more. The more centers like this there were, the less young people would be on the street. The less despair there would be.
Whenever I go there and I talk to the children, I feel a sense of pride and a sense that I just wish we could have many more centers like that in this country.
At first when we started, of course, we had great dreams. We thought we would get there pretty fast, but like everything else in life, when you're starting a new organization, you quickly realize that it needs a lot of time, it needs a lot of effort, it needs a lot of resources. So we haven't grown as fast as we planned to on paper, but in terms of the impact that the organization has been able to make, it's been tremendous.
We want to move from this site that we're on to our permanent site, which will also incorporate the library and the resource center.
The resource center is for people who have just come out of college or recently graduated or have graduated and done a master's and even worked for a little bit. But let's say they're in their very late 20s, early 30s, they're trying to put their business together, trying to get to the next step from being the fresh idealist graduate. It's a place where people can come and do some kind of academic research, not purely just for business. It's a place where teachers can come and actually upgrade their training and get information.
At this point in time, we're doing it mostly with volunteers where we don't have a lot of funding, so there's limitations to what one can do. So we believe that the funding aspect of it, that we will formalize it a little bit more. We should pay a little bit more attention to development of the youth. What I'm saying is the message that should go out to Nigerians is that for those who are able to, they should support such centers if they can't set one up themselves, because it is time consuming. They should put something back into society for the development of the young. It's not only about us or your children. You have to look at greater society, because one for all for one. If we do that, I believe we'll have a better future in Nigeria.
We need a lot of support, we need a lot of funding, we need the government to partner with us in this regard, and we need a lot of volunteers. We need a lot of people, because it's easy for some people just to write a check and hand it to us, but we just don't want their money. We want the children to see them as well and to learn from them as well.
I don't feel good about losing my son, but I feel good that it's not a replacement, because nothing can replace Ovie in my mind. Nothing can replace in my heart, but I feel that I'm doing something that he would have liked me to do for him. This is how he would have liked me to remember him.